Hello there and welcome to Scott's PC. Today is October 20th, 2025. It is a Monday. Let's just do a quick portfolio review. This is an income portfolio with high yield ETFs, and I'm doing some options play. You can see today was a good day for the portfolio, up about 3% or $250. The past week down 0.78% or about $67. The past month down 2.6% or $233. And if I click year to date, basically is all time for me. I started July 1st, up 1.75% or about $150. And I do have a margin account right now. I'm no cash, but I'm using about $400 for the margin. You can see I'm 67% above my margin maintenance, or about $5,700. Let's go ahead and start off with ULTY, my biggest position I had. You can see about 35% of the portfolio, 610 shares, an average cost of $613. I'm down 15%, $570, but I've received of about $625. So I'm just about that break-even point with ULTY. Then I had NVII, which is the second largest position I have. You can see the 66 shares, my average cost of $30.62. NVII sitting at almost 31. Total return up about 1% or about $23. Then I have YETH from Round Hill, about 16 shares. You can see my average cost of $28.91. YETH sitting at $23.51. So I'm down pretty big, almost 20% or about $86. This ETF, the past month has not been kind to this Round Hill fund. And then my last high yield ETF is TSYY. I now have 70 shares, an average cost of $8.25. You can see it's sitting at $7.64. I'm down about 7% or about $43. I did add about $50 to this position today to bring me from 64 to 70 shares. And today I did end up selling one of my high yield ETF positions. I ended up selling MAGY. I had about 6 shares and I sold it at a small loss. You can see I sold at $56.22 and I lost about $4 on this position. I was getting about $2 a week and I was just dripping back into it. It really wasn't going anywhere. So that's where I took the proceeds of this and I put that $47 into TSYY, and I threw some money into VOO, my long-term growth fund. And then another move I made today, I was assigned 300 shares of MSTU, and I owned 200 shares of MSTU for 500 shares. I was going to sell some calls on them, but I could see where the pricing was at right now, that the premium just wasn't really any good or wasn't worth my time. You can see I sold at $396. My average cost was $395. So just a little bit of profit, $6 on those 500 shares. So I wanted to get out of that, free up some buying power to make other options play. So I got out of those 500 shares. And then with those high yield ETFs, I do have a couple growth funds to help stabilize the portfolio. I have a position in VOO, 1.7 shares. It's about 11 or almost 12% of the portfolio. The two growth funds are VOO and QQQ. I'm trying to get about 20% total. And you can see I'm up about $31 or about 3%. And there's QQQ, the second growth fund, 1.3 shares, up 6% or about $46. And then another play I made today, I did buy 100 shares of BBAI at an average cost of $7.58. I did this because I've been watching this stock since this summer, is that I did a covered call on it right here with the strike price of $8. The premium wasn't bad, at least for my position, $25 premium or 25 cents. I'm thinking about selling some puts at the $7 strike just to get into this stock and to collect some decent premium. And with that $25 premium that I got from selling the covered call on BBAI, I put it into SOFI. I want to try and build this position. I think it's a good company and I'm trying to get to 100 shares. I want to do it through premium and through the dividends that I receive from like ULTY, TSYY, and NVII. Plus, I'll throw in some of my own money, but I'm kind of bullish on this stock. I want to get that 100 shares so I can run maybe a covered call on that. It's a little bit too expensive for my small portfolio. I could run one put, but that would take all my buying power basically. And so there you have it. Just a quick update on this income portfolio. I have my high yield ETFs. I've kind of contracted on those. I sold my XBTY last week. I sold MAGY just today. I'm kind of consolidating those. I'll probably steer myself towards the put/call, the wheel, and see if I can generate some income there. Still, ULTY is my biggest player along with NBII. NBII is the only one that's been appreciating that's in the positive range. So there you go, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.